One of the things Jorge has been very busy doing is splitting wood for us. He gets these pallets from work and he just takes them apart, cuts them into the size logs that we would need for, or that would fit in our fireplace. And then he just uses the scraps to make extra pieces that we can throw. He also made this wood box out of that wood, and it is what holds all of the firewood that he has been chopping up so that we would have a nice stock of that. It is finally here, the coat that I have been waiting for. So this coat is by one of my favorite brands to shop from online, and that is Top Vintage. So many of the high quality items that I have found have come from this shop. Now it takes a little while to get here. It's based out of the Netherlands and it's so worth the wait to me. Now this one in particular is very different from a lot of the coats that I would normally lean toward. I would say that it has more of a 40s style to it, which I really love. The shoulders with these little puff shoulders are so cute, perfect. I love this circular collar. Just everything about it I was drawn to, even the way that the fabric looks. Today we are going to be going to another one of my daughter's performances. She has a choir performance tonight, so I just want to make sure to be nice and bundled up. I also found a dress that would look really good with this if you could see through like the bottom part, which is this one right here. I took it out of my bins that I had, put away for the springtime. But as long as I layer nice leggings or tights and whatnot underneath, and then a pair of mucklucks over that, and then my high boots, I should be fine. So that's what I plan on wearing with this tonight. I have 3 layers on, pretty much all over. So I have my silk long johns, and then I have this sweater dress, which for this particular coat I had to kind of hike it up a little bit so it didn't hang out below the hem. And then I have my coat, and then down here I have my muckluck socks that I just put on over the long johns, and once I have my tall boots on, that will be 3 layers down there. So this is a really nice way to just remain warm and cozy when I am out and about and it is freezing out. And then I also would add a scarf to this if I'm going out. Well, it depends on what the temperature is. So I know that, sometimes we feel like we just have to have so many layers on that it keeps us from being able to wear certain kinds of coats. I am determined to figure out a way that, one can still have a style that they love, but still remain warm. So I will let you know as the winter goes on what I end up doing, if things worked out for me or not, or how I modified it. But that is what I have been doing so far. So anyway, this is my newest coat. I do really like this coat. It's my go-to, especially in the colder months. I love the length of it because it just, covers so much more that I feel it really keeps me nice and warm. And then I did have my daughter change out these buttons right here. They used to be black and they were a bit smaller, but I've been liking these. At first when I saw it on, I thought, do I really like that? But I do. I do like that. It's like that petrol color that the other coat that I was just wearing was. So anyway, this is definitely a favorite. And it also buttons all the way up here. And here we have one that was definitely not purchased from Top Vintage. This I found on a website, Nora Cora, and the picture looked so much better than the coat. I was really disappointed when I received this coat and it just didn't have that look that the picture had, but it's still a coat that gets a lot of use because it's just pretty versatile, I would say, and I just, again, love the length of it. Now, the hem of the lining is coming out of it, like it's longer than the coat itself. But I can't say that I hate that, just because upon first glance, it looks just like it's part of a dress that I would be wearing under it. So I'm not even going to have my daughter fix that portion of it. Now, these longer, the longer sweater dresses that I have, they're perfect for this length of coat because, you know, it's still higher than the coat itself and covers a lot. So this is more of like, I want to say it's like a felt material. That's what it feels like to me, and just kind of cheap feeling, but it's still something, like I said, that I can get a lot of use out of. And I like that it's a color that is just a little bit brighter than your typical black and brown and, you know, those kind of things. I like to still bring some color into this time of year, and a lot of times you see those kind of darker, dreary kind of colors when it comes to what one would put on in the winter. But the key in enjoying coats that, you know, have a more defined silhouette to them would be what kind of things you layer with underneath. So long johns, definitely, a sweater dress, something that would keep you warm, and then sometimes you can even put slips, stuff like that, just for added layers. So let me know if there's anything extra that you do, and of course tights and mucklucks or long socks, things like that. Just add on the layers. And don't forget about leg warmers. Leg warmers are another way that you can add another layer easily to whatever it is that you're wearing. Now, something that I really enjoy adding to a coat is a brooch. With this coat, I would put my brooch about right here. Maybe I should just do that. My daughter actually gifted this brooch to me. I think it was from Christmas last year, but it is so pretty. I just love the elegance of this one. I also have a swan. I have been known to use earrings just to make my own little brooch like collection, but they would be earrings that I would still wear, so I don't like take them apart or take the backing off or anything like that. But you can also just put earrings like in a cluster to kind of make a brooch. But I do keep an eye out for different ones if I'm going antique shopping, or just especially around this time of year whenever they bring, you know, different brooches out. I would like to find one that would be a little more festive, so I will be keeping an eye out for that. The thing is that with this one, wearing a dress that's a little too flared or that has a little bit too much volume down below doesn't seem to look right with it, especially if it's buttoned up. Now, I could see myself wearing it with it if it were open, but it does have this sash to it, and I'm not really interested in taking off the loops that hold the sash on. I have that burgundy coat, and when I purchased it, it had this really big bow on the back, which in my opinion, it was placed in a really odd place. I don't feel like it looked great, number one, but especially where it was placed, it didn't look good. So I ended up taking the threads out where it was sewn onto it, and thankfully it was just sewn onto it, and I think that the coat looks so much better without it. So sometimes there will be maybe just something little that you could tweak about an item, especially a coat that you have that maybe you don't like about it, that would make it a lot more wearable for you. Just know that there are those timeless pieces that will look good even today. And if it weren't true, I wouldn't be receiving as many compliments as I have been receiving every time that I go out and about with a lot of the coats that I've been wearing. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Please let me know in the comments below if you purchased a coat this year. Where did you purchase your coat from? And is it at a length that you really love? If there's something that you would change about it, what would that be? And with that, I'm going to leave you here. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.